Okay. Hey guys, it's Phantom, and welcome back to another episode of the Ask Phantom podcast. So, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about why laptops aren't ideal for someone who's a homebody / somebody who works from home. So, okay. As you all know, I've had my reasons for not wanting to use laptops, plus, it's not ideal for me because I work from home, or because I have the luxury of working from home, mainly because I wanted to work from home in the first place. So, okay, there's actually several reasons. It's not just that, you know, it's not just that, we're in a time of quarantine where we are forced to stay home. There are actually some people that, work from home and don't really travel a lot, so they don't see the need for a laptop. Okay, so first off, let me start out with my situation. So this was years ago. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Um, so I remember when I first got my laptop, which I've had for years. I was asked, don't you want to take it, don't you want to take it with you if you ever decide to go somewhere? And I was kind of convinced, but now that I literally have turned into a homebody, okay, when I started YouTube, I was a homebody, I was always a homebody, I was always a homebody. I would literally just go to school. I would come home, do my homework, and I didn't really have a social life. I mean, I had friends, but I didn't have a social life, and I liked being at home. So, seeing as I barely went anywhere, unless it was for vacation or something like that, I never took my laptop with me anywhere, you know. I'm not the type of person that has a regular job where you have to commute to work every day. So there's a lot of reasons why laptops aren't suitable for homebodies. Well, first off, another thing is that you can't really upgrade laptops, or it's nearly impossible to do so. Like I've had this thing for 4 to 5 years, and I've never upgraded it. Okay. What I mean by upgrades is that you can get parts for it. It's more difficult to upgrade a laptop than it is a desktop, in my opinion. I mean, mainly I'm just doing research on desktops because I'm against laptops. Sorry, I need to charge my phone. So I'm against laptops for multiple reasons. They're not good. They're not good if you're a homebody because you don't go anywhere, or you don't okay, a homebody is somebody that doesn't necessarily like leaving their house. So let me look up what a homebody is. Um, so, okay. A homebody is somebody. Okay, there's more definitions for homebody. So, a homebody is somebody who likes being at home and doesn't really go out very much. It's not that they don't, it's not that they're lazy, they just don't like, going out. Um, so I've had the characteristics of a homebody for quite a while. Like, honestly, after middle school was when I developed being a homebody. I mean, it's not awkward or uncomfortable to be out, but I just don't like going anywhere. I just feel more comfortable at home. So, yeah, that's kind of how I am. So, on another hand, okay, so basically, laptops are made for those types of people that travel a lot, who, can't be at home and, still have to get work done. Um, but in this sense, with somebody who works from, okay, so there's like a lot of people that either work from home now or have been working from home for years. Like, I know people that work from home. That have the privilege to work from home and still have a social life. Um, I'm probably gonna look up the advantages of working from home. The advantages advantages working from home. Just to okay. So, I mean, there's a lot of advantages from working. Okay, so this has nothing to do with COVID at all, but I knew that I wanted to work from home from a very young age. Like, honestly, I knew that I wanted to work for myself and work from home at a young age. And when I was said age, I was in high school when I figured this out. Um, you know, like, okay, this isn't about this isn't about the pandemic at all. This has nothing to do with the pandemic. I mean, I get it. A lot of people are working from home now because of the pandemic, but honestly, this has nothing to do with the pandemic at all. So, like, for example, when you work from home, you can set your own schedule. You can, work, you can work wherever and whenever you want to. You have more time, you have more time for yourself after work. You don't have to, like, those are just examples. Like, for me, if I wanted to do something, let's say, this ends in a couple years or in a short period of time, and, I wanted to do something, then I'd have more time to go do that than, being stuck at work, being stuck at work all day. So I'd have the advantage over people that, I mean, there's a lot of disadvantages, like, healthcare and stuff like that. But, okay, yeah, like, you don't have to commute to work every day. You could literally work wherever you want to. Like, you could work at you could either work or do school anywhere. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of advantages to online school as well, which is why I am pro online school. I'm pro online school for many, 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 many reasons. It's not just stress, but, like, I'm pro online school for many, many reasons. So here on the site I'm on, called Flex Jobs, I'm reading an article called the Benefits of Working from Home. So it says, like, I'm paying no attention to, like, the whole pandemic side of everything. I'm just referring to those people that have worked from home before this occurred, like, way before this occurred. So, like, for example, better work-life balance. So it says remote jobs come with flexible schedules, which means that workers can start and end their day as they choose, as long as their work is complete and leads to strong outcomes. So I'm the type of person that didn't take a traditional job route. I don't have a boss harping me. Like, I don't have a boss at all. I work for myself. Like, the advantages of working for yourself. You can be your own boss. You can set your own schedule. You can work whenever you want. Like, there are times that I work in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. There are times that, okay, I don't actually go by a schedule anymore. I used to go by a schedule, which I still have, but I don't use it. Because I pretty much daily upload now. I mean, I take days off when I want to take days off. Like, I don't, as I said, I work for myself. I'm my own boss. I have the focus and the patience to do this. Like, okay, you have to have the focus and patience to work for yourself. That's the same with online school, but that's like a totally different thing. So, as I said, laptops, they are good for people that travel a lot. For those people that work from home, for example, or don't really travel that much, then what's the point of looking for laptops? Plus, another con of having a laptop, another con of working with laptops is, okay, so some laptops have chargers, other laptops have, like, those power cube cords. It's a cord that you plug into the laptop, and then it has a power cube attached to the cord. It's not a charger, because these computers don't necessarily have a charger. They have a power cube. So there's that, and not a lot of people, like, you don't want to have cords, basically. Or, I mean, obviously with the desktop you have cords, but you can have minimal cords, like if you choose to get a wireless keyboard or a wireless mouse, which is what I am choosing to do so that I have less cords. Like, I'd probably only have cords for, or like, you know, external cords for the monitor and the monitor and the, gosh, what would, okay, the monitor and the tower. And then I wouldn't have to deal with keyboard cords or mouse cords. And then, you know, I'd save a lot of space. Plus, like, you don't want to charge a computer. So there are multiple reasons, like, for example, okay, as I've said, okay, another advantage or another disadvantage of having a laptop is that you can't upgrade them. From what I know, okay, with PCs you can like upgrade the RAM, you can upgrade pretty much anything in a PC by yourself if you, like, you know, do your research and everything. And so, like, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Like, for example, I don't want to let's see. Well, I said, you know, I don't want to have to deal with my computer dying. Like, I don't want to have to say every single video that I film, oops, my computer is gonna die, I have to plug it in, or like my game's not working on it, because y'all, I've tried to open The Sims 3 and it's crashed every single time on launch. And then, like, okay. And then another thing that I said, or that I believe, is that, you know, you have to use like those power cube cords to literally power the, you know, make the computer work, which is a waste of energy. And another thing, with laptops, you cannot adjust the fans. With Macs, you cannot adjust the fans. Like, my fan in this laptop is so loud and I cannot quiet it. There is literally no setting in this system that where you can control the fan, like where you can control the fan speed, the fan temperature, or anything like that, versus a PC where you could actually control the fan temp. You can go into the settings and you can control the fan temperature. That is another disadvantage. Like, you don't want to hear like a loud fan in the background, you know, just blowing hot air, and it's so annoying. Another reason is, you know, if you don't leave the house, or if you don't get out much, you don't need a laptop. It's useless to buy a $1,000 laptop. It's useless to buy a $1,000 laptop when PCs will last you much longer than a laptop will. I mean, it depends on the type of PC. Plus, if you have other tech. Okay, so I said, you know, they last a less amount of time before you start having issues. Like, for me, it only took, I don't know, 4.5, almost 5 years for me to start having issues with this computer, and I'm having problems now. So, third, obviously, I don't leave the house. Number 4 is a really, really, really good reason on why laptops are not suitable for homebodies. I wrote this in a text message, by the way. If you have things like smart TVs, they have advantages. They have a lot of advantages, actually. Like you could use it as a you could use it as a monitor. Like, okay, if you don't want to look at your monitor, or you need like, more, or you need more space, right? Like, okay, it doesn't matter like what smart TV you have, because, well, it kind of does, because some smart TVs don't really work with PCs very well, whereas my smart TV, and probably a lot of others, like I know Samsung will work depending on what type of smart TV model it is, to actually mirror the computer screen onto your TV. And that will help you out so much. Like, I can just see myself, sitting at my desk. Like, okay, obviously I want a floating desk for my room because it'll save space. So I could, like, imagine myself sitting at my desk, sitting at my PC, getting some work done, and I'd be like, oh, hey, I need, a third, hey, I need a third monitor. So I can just project my computer screen, or mirror my computer screen to my television, and be like, oh, yeah, that's better. That is so much better. Now I can actually see what I'm doing above me. Um, or, if I wanted to watch, like, if I wanted to watch a movie or whatever, I can do that. I can do that. Like, obviously, Roku TVs work so well for this. Like, I'm probably never switching back to regular TV ever again. I'm just gonna say that right now. Um, because I've found so many advantages to having this type of TV. Um, like, everything's all set out for you. You don't have to like switch like HDMI's or anything. It's like all out on the menu screen, and it's kind of set up like a computer already. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's one thing I love about that TV. I have a lot of other reasons why I love it. I've had it for a couple years. Um, I got it, like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. Um, I can't remember what Christmas it was, but I got it a couple years ago, and I still love it. I still use it. Well, I use it all the time because I watch Netflix. I watch Netflix a lot. So, obviously, there's a lot of there's a lot of like disadvantages of having a certain laptop. Like, for example, if you're a homebody, you don't need one because you don't really go anywhere, or you rarely get out of the house. So you don't need it. Like, you don't need one. It might be convenient, but in the long run, when you're older and stuff, if you're still a homebody, you don't need you don't need a laptop. It's not worth it. So, like, like power cords with laptops, you have to deal with power cords. I actually went through 2 chargers for this computer. Okay, I've had like multiple laptops. I have an old laptop that or I remember years ago, it was like an old gray Toshiba laptop. It was like one of those bulky ones, where you'd have to like plug in the cord to make it work. And then I remember having like an HP laptop. It wasn't actually mine. It was given to me by my mom, but it wasn't actually mine. You'd have to plug in the computer. It wasn't a charger. It was literally a power cord. You'd have to plug in the power cord to the wall and then plug it into the computer and then turn it on. Like, you'd have to do that every single time you'd want to use it. That was pretty annoying now that I think about it. Plus, I don't think it had internet connection. So it wouldn't work for my Sims games at all, because I didn't have internet connection, and it would probably be super duper slow. Obviously, fourth one, that I don't leave my house. Let's see. Or third, I don't leave my house. Fourth, smart TVs have more advantages with PC desktops. And the fifth reason why laptops aren't good for homebodies, and why I'm pro PC, is that, with PCs, you actually want to, like, utilize everything, not just, like, one aspect. Like, I'm not just, saying I want to get a PC because of, gaming. Obviously, that's one main thing, but I want to utilize every single feature that the PC has, that the system has. So, for example, I said, I actually want to use every feature, not just gaming. Like, I can edit. I would be more comfortable writing on my phone or a PC over sitting on my bed, using a laptop, and actually find softwares for my work stuff that make things look professional. And another pro of having a PC is that you don't have to stare at one screen all the time. Or you may want to get a PC because you've had bad experience. You may want to get a desktop because you've had bad experiences with laptops. Like, I've had pretty bad experiences with laptops. I remember I had a Surface, not the Surface that looks like a regular laptop. It's like one of those it's one of those laptops with the awful keyboard. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry it took forever for me to come back. But, let me just continue on with this. Okay, so, hold on. Let me just... Oops, okay. So, let me just show you an example of the computer that I used to have before I upgraded to MacBook. Hold on. Okay. So, oops. Okay, let me turn this on. So, this is the type of computer that I used to have. I think it was a 2015 model. I just remember I got it in 2015. So yeah, I had something like this. The keyboard was awful. Okay, let me just go to the website because I want to actually read this. I actually want to read this. Okay. So, this is like a newer version, I get. Well, it's not all that new, but oh wait, no. I had it in 2013, I think. Yeah. I had it in 2013, not 15. So, I don't have it anymore, but so this is the Surface Pro 4. I'm not saying that I'm getting a Surface. I'm not saying that I'm getting a Surface because I have, you know, there are cons with those laptops as well. Like they don't have a disk drive. They don't have anything like that at all. I'm more of a desktop person. So like the thing with these computers is that they don't come with disk drives, and for someone like me, you need a disk drive. So I'm just gonna look at Surface laptop. With disk drive. Okay, that's pretty, but that's beautiful. Those are pretty, but I'm not a laptop person. Even though I am a laptop person, I'm not a laptop person. I don't really want a laptop. Or I'm probably just gonna look at Windows laptops just for comparison. Oh, Windows laptop. With disk drive. With built-in disk drive. With built-in disk drive. Disk drive. So, okay. So, honestly, the Inspiron ones are so good. I'm actually looking at an Inspiron. So I'm actually looking at an Inspiron desktop. I'm looking at an Inspiron desktop. Now, okay. Maybe one day I'll want a laptop. Maybe one day I'll want a laptop as well as my desktop in the future. You know, if I do plan on going places, or if I go out more one day, then I'd have a desktop laptop. But the thing is, I'd want to go with Inspiron because because that is the software but like that is the type of desktop that I'm going to actually get. If you guys are wondering, the desktop that I'm looking at is an Inspiron desktop from Dell. I'm specifically looking at Dell because Dell is a really good company. So yeah, if I ever decided, I want a laptop, I want a laptop, I'd go with Dell. strictly. I mean, I know there's better, okay, this is like $349.99, which is a good price for a desktop, not for a desktop, for a laptop, but I'm not getting a laptop. But I'm just saying that if I ever wanted a laptop, I would go with Dell, strictly because, oh my god, wow, okay. But wait, like, okay, does this come with a charger though? That's my question. Like, do you have to charge this? That's my question. Like, that's my question. Like, I don't think you'd have to charge this, but, oh, wow. Wow, look, okay. Oh my, okay. You can actually mirror your devices to your PC, and that's really cool. That's one thing that I want to do. So, see, this is the laptop, and then this is a desktop right here, just showing you. And then I'm actually looking into getting an Inspiron desktop PC. Okay, I'm not much of a laptop person. I'm not a laptop person. But if I did want a laptop, I'd go with Dell, strictly. And one with a built-in CD DVD drive, because I wouldn't want to buy an external DVD drive. You know, obviously because I have video games that require a disk drive. Okay. There are cons to having laptops. I mean, let's say you don't do your research, right? Let's say you don't do your research on companies and are like, "Oh, I'll just get the cheapest one." You know, that will probably not work for me that well anymore after a couple of years. So this one is good too. There's actually a desktop PC made by this made by the same company, I believe. Sorry, I'm just, looking. So okay, the cons with fading red laptops is, sorry, I'm just doing this for research, of another reason why, okay, you know what, maybe I should look at Windows laptops with built-in disk drive that don't need to be charged, that don't require charging, because that's require charging, because the reason why I'm against getting a laptop, well, there's a lot of reasons. I do not want to have to plug it in. I don't want to have to charge it. Windows laptops that don't require charging. So, okay, the charger pretty much looks like the charger. The thing about the charger is the chargers look like this. This is a power cord. Or this is an adapter. This is the type of adapter that I was talking about. They're big and bulky, and that's basically how you charge. That's basically how you charge laptops. But I do not want a laptop because I don't want to have to plug it in. I don't want to have to plug it in, plus I don't go anywhere to really need a laptop. But let me just tell you, I would go with Dell because Microsoft, services aren't all that great. Some of them do not come with disk drives. Some of them don't come with disk drives, etc. And plus, I don't want to be looking at a screen. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't want to look at one screen. Because looking at one screen for several hours, because looking at one screen for several hours does a number on your eyes. So that's not good for you. Or that's not good for anybody. But especially if you fatigue, it's not good for, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. That HP is so pretty. HP means Hewlett Packard, by the way. I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, I'd rather go with Dell because I've had HP before. But let me just tell you that I'd honestly just rather go with Dell. So I'm going to turn window capture off now and continue on reading the rest of what I wrote previously. So obviously, you don't go out anywhere. If you don't go out anywhere, or if you don't travel, then you wouldn't really need a laptop. But let me continue on. So, plus from someone that doesn't like MacBooks, let's say you're trying to convince someone to, get a laptop and they're, homebody, but they don't like certain companies. You don't have to go with Apple, you don't have to go with Mac. I don't really like MacBooks anymore anyways. I don't really like MacBooks anymore anyway, really. It's a long story. So I'm not, I'm not putting my money into the MacBook again. So I actually had to do so much research. I had to do so much research on computers. I had to do so much research on PCs because I was like, I'm never using Apple again, ever. I don't even want to use a iMac. I mean, okay, iMacs are nice, but I don't want an iMac. I mean, the keyboard is kind of small. Or like, okay, for someone like me, I prefer desktop keyboards. I don't know what it is. I prefer PC keyboards over a Mac keyboard. I just think it's more comfortable for me, even though I have used like wireless ones. Because you know how some people have like I don't know what it is, but there's like this cool thing where you can turn your television into a computer. Um, like I'm not kidding. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was called, but um, I actually remember that my grandparents had this like cool thing. I do not remember what it is. Um, at all. Like at all. I don't remember. But I don't actually like how how MacBook keyboard, or not how MacBook keyboards. I don't like how MacBook keyboards kind of feel. Um, Plus, I don't like the feel of iMac keyboards, so I'm kind of against that as well. Um, I'm just against Apple computers in general because I've had so many problems. So like I had to do so much research on PCs. Like I started watching a ton of tech channels like Linus Tech Tips, Sarah Dici, who else? Sarah Dici, and there's one other tech YouTuber that I watch a lot, who actually builds his own, who actually builds PCs and stuff. Um, so yeah, I learned all I could about PCs. Um, because I haven't had a PC in several years, so I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn about it. Um, Plus, I haven't had a desktop in several years either. So I said, okay, coming from somebody that doesn't like Apple products, like I said, for one, it would look so much more professional not to have a laptop, or just Apple in general. Like I was like, I could get so much done on that thing. Like my games will run so much better on it. Uh my games will run so much better. I'll find free editors. There's okay. If you have a Windows, if you have like a Windows OS, there's actually free editors that you can get. Like good free editors too, not bad editing softwares. You can actually get a really good editing software for free. Um, on Windows. But yeah. So I said, it'll run better. I'll find a free editor, And then once I, have enough for like Adobe stuff, I'll do like, the one-time payment plan for Adobe software. Because if you guys don't know, you have to actually pay for Adobe products. Like, how people have like Photoshop to edit like book covers and um edit book covers and make their thumbnails all fancy and all that stuff. Yeah, you have to pay for that. Like, okay, you have to pay for that. It's like either a one-time payment or you can do a student plan or something like that. Um, Also, even though people say that MacBooks are meant for editing, well, they're kind of not. It's kind of hard to edit on a MacBook, to be honest with you, and I want to learn how to edit properly. Like, okay, I can't edit on my Mac. I've never been able to edit on my Mac. Well, when I first got it, yeah, I was able to edit on it, but now that it's so old and I can't update it at all, I can't, I can't edit. Even though I bought an editing software. I bought an editing software that I don't have anymore. Um, and the bad thing about that is, okay, apparently when you upgrade your computer, you have to buy Final Cut Pro all over again, and I'm not here to spend the same amount of money that I spent before just to be able to edit my videos. I could find a free editor. I could find a good free editor or editing program, or get get a new system, learn to edit, make all my book covers, film all my videos, all that stuff, like all the stuff that I do on a regular basis, which is my job, which I do multiple things. I write books, I make book covers, which, you have to edit. You have to edit your book covers. You have to like do all that type of stuff. And I want to have like dual screens, like 2 to 3 screens. Okay, so I want dual screens, right? I want 2 screens, and then I'll have my TV as a third if I need extra space, or if I need to see from overhead, like how something looks, I can just project it to my TV. Um, so, you know, I said, I stated my games will run better, I'll find a free editor, then I'll get the Adobe stuff. Like, I can make way better book covers. Okay, so if you're wondering, I make my book covers on my phone. It works perfectly fine. Over is a really good app. I have I have several apps that I use, but I use Over the most. And Over is like super professional looking. So like, if I want to make my book covers on my computer, I can. And if I want to make my book covers on my phone, I can do that. But I don't want to have to look at a phone screen all the time. So I said, once I make an income, I'll get the Adobe stuff. Then I said I could make better book covers, the graphics would look amazing, and I'd have an actual setup instead of staring at a laptop or sitting at a laptop. And then I said, and my game crashed multiple times on Mac. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about The Sims 3 64-bit version. It is literally crashing on my computer. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. It's literally like, oh, let's send out the 64-bit version for MacBooks, and then when you try to, open it to play or open it to film a video, which is what I was gonna do, like, because I had to create a sim videos, to start my Let's Plays up again, my game crashed multiple times. Like, probably like 3 times. So I had to uninstall it and reinstall, I'd have to uninstall and reinstall it. And it is complete now. So it is complete now. I have like 3 of my things installed, but World Adventures is installing right now. So, okay, my game crashed multiple times. Obviously, I stated if I had a reason to own a laptop, I would, if I traveled a lot, then I would get a laptop. But since I do not, because, since I've started YouTube, I've never, ever, gone anywhere. I've never, I've never gone anywhere and taken this thing with me. Let me just say that. I've never gone anywhere and taken this with me. Now, if I needed to, let's say one day I started being like, oh, hey, I don't want to work at home today. Hey, I want to work, somewhere else today. I could do that. Then I could take my laptop. Obviously, I'd have, my PC set up by that time. I'd have my PC set up right. And then for, an on-the-go type of laptop, I'd have, that Inspiron laptop with the disk drive. And take that with me if I needed to get stuff done on the go. If I needed to edit videos on the go, if I needed to do anything on the go, then yeah, I would, do that. Or if I had to film on the go, or something like that, then, I'd do that. Or if I wanted to get stuff done on the go, I would just put a flash drive in my PC, in the port, transfer my video files to my laptop, and then edit on my laptop. But since I do not go anywhere, I don't need a laptop right away. So I'm not getting one. I'm choosing a PC instead. So then I said, if I actually go out of town, then sure I'll get a laptop. But I said, sure I'll get a laptop. But before that, I said, it's useless to have a laptop computer of any kind if I don't go anywhere. If I don't leave to go anywhere to where I need to bring my computer, to where I need to bring my computer with me, then I don't bring it with me. I don't bring it with me because I don't have to. Sure, people are pro Mac, but there's so many downsides to having a MacBook. And if I did want a desktop PC, well, not a desktop PC. I'm getting an Inspiron PC. Then I'd get an Inspiron laptop, if I needed to take that somewhere with me. Or if I wanted to edit in the car. I don't recommend that. I literally do not recommend that you edit in the car. Um, because you could, drop your computer, and that costs a lot of money. Um, but if I had like a car with a table, then yeah, I'd probably do that. So, you know, like I said, if I actually had to go out of town, of course, get a laptop. But because I've been a homebody, I've literally been a homebody since before quarantine. Um, I've been a homebody since way before quarantine. Um, I don't like going anywhere unless I need to. I'm not much of a traveler. Like, if I did things like if I went to Sims camp, or like if I went to Sims camp, or if I went to VidCon and I needed to edit a video, yeah, that would be the perfect reason to get a laptop so I could, work on the go when I'm not at home. Um, and then, you know, like, okay, I've been a homebody since way before quarantine started, and I'm more of a homebody now. Um, but yeah, there's multiple reasons why desktops are better than laptops. And if you choose to get a laptop, get one with a disk drive. I recommend Inspiron because they are really good. And it's Dell. I recommend a Dell Inspiron PC laptop with Windows 10. It runs 64-bit. Um, but I have the but the thing is, I have disc versions of all my games. So obviously, I keep the discs. Like I have one game that I don't even play because you can't play it on a MacBook because it's a disc version. Like, it didn't come with a code or anything. So, I mean, I'm sure there's multiple other reasons why laptops are more suitable for homebodies, or not laptops, why desktops and laptops, depending on um the company, it depends on the company, are suitable for homebodies. But it's mainly desktops are more suitable for homebodies. I do recommend Dell. Let me just say that. It is raining so hard. So I think I'm gonna go because I've been talking for an hour, which is fine. But yeah, I hope you guys took something from this. And yeah, so with that, I'm gonna go. And be sure to leave a like, comment, and please subscribe if you are listening on YouTube. Like, if you are watching and listening on YouTube. And check me out on Spotify, Anchor, and all those other podcasting platforms. And with that said, I'm going to go because I have a lot more things to do today, or tonight, because it's not really daytime anymore. It's like almost 7. So, yeah, with that said, I'm gonna go, and yeah, goodbye, guys.